Hey, it's me, MLB. This is chapter 21 of Why You, Why Me. This one is titled Hot and Heavy. Just a side note before we start this chapter, there is a bit of a heavy petting scene. It's not intercourse, as the Yin character in this story is 16, but I still felt like it was possibly inappropriate for YouTube, so I have cut it out entirely to keep it PG friendly and available for everybody's viewings. He smirked at you. You're acting like you're in charge, but really you ain't, he growled playfully. You sure about that? You snarled, still in character. This just makes it more fun for when I turn the tables and take control, he said back in a very low and provocative tone. You slid your hand from his chin to his jaw, then round to the base of his neck where you dug your nails in slightly. You gripped onto his neck and forced a low groan of excitement from him as his crimson eyes lit up with desire. You leaned your head down, took his bottom lip between your teeth and tugged on it lightly, while maintaining a very strong, erotic eye contact. He groaned again and tried to reach up to take your face in his hands, but you swatted his hands away and pinned them to his side. Don't move, you commanded, releasing his lip and licking it lightly with your tongue. Your provocative actions broke him and he snapped, grabbing you and throwing you down on the bed. You squealed and laughed, falling out of character as he mounted you. You can't do that to me and not expect a reaction, he growled, kissing you down your neck and onto your collarbone, tugging his hoodie that you had on still out of the way to find that soft, delicate spot at the base of your neck so he could suck on it. He found it and latched on, his soft, hot tongue swirling around as he sucked. Your body gave in to him, and you let out a soft moan as he pinned you under him. Whoa, he said, pulling away and smirking. I've never heard that noise come from you before. Let's see if I can get you to make it again. He dropped his head back down to you and continued to bite and suck along your collarbone. Little mules of satisfaction escaped your lips, spurring him on. He groped you firmly through your top and you giggled a little. You're honestly not going to find anything there to grab, you chided playfully. Don't care. More of an ass man anyway, he mumbled back, not stopping what he was doing. And you have a fine ass. You giggled and wrapped your arms around his neck. He came back up to your face and kissed you fervently, deepening the kiss instantly and needily. You relaxed into him, your body heating up as the kisses got hungrier and sloppier. He pushed his leg between yours and you pushed your hips up into his, much to his delight. There was a lot of tension and heat gathering between your thighs, and the pressure from his leg there was a welcome relief. You ground into him to relieve the sensation, releasing a series of soft moans. You'd better stop that, he growled. I can't keep my hands off you, so I can't promise I won't hold back if you keep teasing me like that. You chuckled into the kiss and pulled off him. Oi, where do you think you're going? He asked, aggressively pulling you back on top of him. Hey, you squeaked. Whoa, hold up. Bakugou's mind had well and truly fallen into the gutter, and he was on a one-track road to living out his fantasies. He rolled on top of you again, pinning you underneath, his hips grinding against yours. You need to calm down, Katsuki, you pleaded with a giggle. Don't wanna, he mumbled back, kissing you roughly down your neck. It did feel good, but he seemed to be on a whole other level now. I'll help, you said with sudden seductiveness. His eyes shot up and met yours. You'll what? Help, you breathed, pulling up to a seated position and kissing his shocked face. Naked grandma, you whispered in his ear. What? He said in surprise. I'm helping you. To calm down, you leered. Saggy boobs, flab, your mum and dad doing it. Okay, stop, he yelled. It's working, damn. You giggled and kissed his forehead. Thank you for that, though, he said sweetly. I would like to return the favour, but not right now. I'm still a bit nervous. His red eyes scanned your face, and he leaned in slowly and kissed you softly, his surprisingly gentle kiss startling you a little. Had he ever been that tender before? You didn't think so. You don't owe me, he said lowly. I wanted to be close to you, and I liked that I could make you... His voice trailed off, and he smirked cheekily. You smacked your hands to your face. I'm so embarrassed, you squealed. Don't be, he said. It was the hottest thing I've ever seen. I know I'm not good with expressing my feelings, but you need to know how much I like you. He dropped his head and you ruffled his hair. You've really got me in. There's nothing I wouldn't do for you, he said quietly. The surprised look on your face went unseen by him. Why though, Katsuki? You asked. I really don't understand why you like me so much. I don't understand it either, he said frankly. All I know is I'm crazy about you. Your heart skipped a beat as his eyes met yours. Those eyes kill me, you whispered, caressing his face. He smirked. Good. Let's hope it stays that way forever, he said, leaning in and kissing you tenderly again. You sighed happily and wrapped your arms around him, pulling him down on top of you. You lay in each other's arms for a while, just enjoying the silence and company. I feel a lot closer to you now, he mumbled, as he turned his face to bury it into his hoodie that you were still wearing. I want you to keep this hoodie too, so that people know that you're mine, and mine only. His voice dropped into a low, husky, commanding register. You loved his protectiveness. He was a man in every sense of the word, and you loved feeling being the girl of such a strong and powerful guy. He had this commanding presence, except when he was with you, of course. You, and you alone, could soften him. You gave him one last squeeze and then made a move to get out from under him. We should head back downstairs to your mum and my grandma, you said. They'll be wondering what happened to us. He groaned but followed your lead, following you out of his room, but not without one last slap to your backside and a good grab of your cheek. He grunted. This ass is mine. You giggled and playfully swatted his hand away. Behave, you demanded, holding your index finger up in warning. He tried to bite your finger and you tapped his nose with it, and so he growled softly as you turned and skipped down the hall. Oh, it's you, Yin. I thought you were Bakugou in that hoodie, Mitsuki said as you rounded the corner to the kitchen. I am Bakugou, you replied, copying his actions and shoving your hands in the pockets of the hoodie. You made a few more Bakugou-esque comments that made Mitsuki laugh. Yin, dear, your language is foul, your grandma interjected, mortified. Oh, I'm sorry, Grandma, you cried, slapping a hand to your mouth. I was imitating him. You pointed to Bakugou, who was leaning up against the doorway frame, watching you with amusement. She got it pretty close too, he said with a proud smirk. Your grandma sighed heavily. Oh, what do I do with you two? There was an amused gleam in her eye, so you knew she wasn't completely angry with you or him. You all chatted a little longer before your grandma started to wrap things up to head home. Well, Mitsuki dear, thank you very much for having us, she said, standing up. Oh, love, you are welcome here any time, Mitsuki replied happily. Both of you, please drop by any time. You smiled at Bakugou, who winked at you. I'll walk 'em home, he said, looking over to his mum. She nodded and walked to the front door with you all. Oh, and love, she said, addressing your grandma. Let me know when to put the operation into action, she said with a wink. Operation? What operation? You asked. And there ends chapter 21. Stay tuned for chapter 22.